What's up, guys? It's DK here with Collector's Impact, and today we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm actually going to go ahead and do some field work and jump out there on eBay and check out the prices of some PSA 9 cards, Pokemon cards, versus some CGC 9 Pokemon cards, and see how they stack up against each other. I want to see what people are trying to get for them, and I want to see what they actually sold for. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons, but the main one is that since PSA has recently increased their prices that are just they're astronomical and their wait time is ridiculous, a lot of people out there are turning to CGC, including myself. So I figured that it would be kind of an interesting experiment to go out here and get a little bit of data, get our hands dirty, grab some data, make some spreadsheets, some good old fun spreadsheets, and present this information to you guys in case you might find it helpful. But before we jump into it, if you wouldn't mind, please give the video a like. It really helps with the algorithms. And also, if you want to subscribe and get more content like this in the future, as well as lots of other collectibles related stuff, it would be super appreciated. Now let's jump into it. Alright, first we're going to take a look at good old base set Charizard in PSA 9 and see how that goes. We're going to look at three cards and try to pick out three of the prices, asking prices, as well as recent sold prices for all of PSA and CGC. So it's not a ton of data, but it's enough to where we can get a decent ballpark and feel pretty comfortable. So that one's in the Philippines. I definitely weed through these quite a bit when I do this kind of research because some of these are a little bit shady, some are questionable. So I look for the most authentic looking and make sure that it is legitimately a 9, it's a holo, it's from a reputable seller, that kind of a thing. So here's the first one that meets those descriptions. PSA 9, mint condition, $1,899. So we're looking at $1,900 for a buy it now. And then the next one, $2,000 or best offer. Oh wait, no, that's not a best offer. It's just buy it now. So 2,000 bucks. And the next one is 2,100 or best offer. Now I organize these, of course, in price plus shipping lowest first, and buy it nows only, since for auctions all the action happens in the last few minutes, so they're not a good indicator. But when we look at some sold data, so we're going to jump into this and see some PSA sold data. I do sort that by the most recent ones that have sold. Now this is March the 17th of 2021, just for reference there as well. So this data is going to change quite a lot over the next few weeks and months. So March 17th, 2021. The most recent one that sold was $2,500. And here are some, but these are kind of questionable. 1,500 in best offer when there was just one that sold on the exact same day for 25 seems, yeah, seems shady. Those look a little different. They don't have the authentic PSA thing, though they could be older, so that could play a factor into that price, but it's still, it doesn't feel comfortable. Here's one that does feel comfortable at 1,900, and here's another one right around that same price range at 1,878 plus $10 shipping. We'll just round it to 1,900. And then you can see there's one underneath it that is also decently comfortable there as well at 1813. Now let's go ahead and check out the CGC ones on the market and see what they're actually selling for as well. That'll be an interesting things. Or this is actually what people are asking for it, so not what it's sold for quite yet. We'll get into that. But here's what people are going ahead and putting their ask price at. So the first legitimate one here is $2,200 that they're trying to get out of it. $2,200 is, yeah, okay, so $2,399, so $2,400. That's actually a little bit more than the buy it nows on the PSA 9s, which is kind of interesting. There's one for $2,500. I mean, they do have the best offer, but that's a little fascinating that they're trying to ask for more for the CGCs and buy it nows. So let's go ahead and see how they actually sold. So for that, of course, time ended soonest and all formats. And let's see. So here's one that sold for $1,452. That's okay. Yeah, that's way less than the asking prices that are there right now for the buy it now. So that's interesting. $1,400 there. And then here's one, let's see, from February, late February, $1,675. So yeah, it looks There's a little bit of difference there, but not too much. Now here's a buy it now that was accepted the best offer, but we can't see what it was. Plus, I think it's foreign, so yeah. Pokemon base set, Charizard rare mint. Yep, 1659. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the VMAX Pikachu now. This is number 188, the hyper rare version. So let's start with PSA 9's asking price on the market. So buy it now's. Price plus shipping lowest first. And the first one here is $450, newly listed, so that's pretty cool. So $450, they're trying to undercut the market, it looks like. There's one right under it for $499.99, and one right under that for $505. So this card is super popular, so that list just goes on and on. I mean, there's tons of examples of it, which is great for this experiment. Lots and lots of data. So let's see what it actually sold for. Alright, so here we go with some PSA ones of the VMAX that sold for $450 recently, and there's one right under it, $445 plus $5 shipping. That's $450 as well. And yeah, let's see, $500. That one sold a little bit before the other one, so it looks like the price has actually gone down a little bit, which isn't surprising. It's a new card, but still not bad. All right, so for CGC, the asking price $475. That's a bit much, right? So $475. Oh my God, $599 and $600. Yeah, those sellers are kind of piggybacking off of each other. $700, $599. They didn't research too well, so that happens. All right, so but here's what they actually sold for. So let's open this up a little bit. Get everything, best data. Okay, that's a 7. No. Okay, a 9. 525, but best offer was accepted. Here's one for 420, 405. So I would assume that that one sold for around, I don't know, 500 or 450 or somewhere in that market range, based on all of the data that we've looked at. I wish that we had more visibility, but sadly eBay doesn't really have it. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the Charizard from XY Evolutions. It's got the same art as our base set Charizard, but yeah, it's definitely a pretty different card. So this one here, you have to dig around a little bit. So I dug down into the page, and the first one that's actually a holo and not reverse holo is $350. So there's a lot of reverse holos, but I'm looking for the holo specifically, not that reversed holo stuff. So let's see, keep digging here. You see a lot of reverse holos. Here's another one, $350. $350 plus 5 shipping. We'll just, yeah, $350 again for PSA 9. Here's another PSA 9, $350 or best offer. Okay, so that seems to be a pretty even and well distributed price. So let's see what they're actually selling for. So here's one that sold, okay, so $380 with the best offer, so I'm assuming $350. That would make sense. Here's another one right under it that sold for $350. So they're actually getting what they're asking for it in the market, which pretty awesome on them. That's great. Here's one for $330 and they accepted a best offer. So that's, I don't know. Here's one that ended under it for $340. And it was an auction, and these are all pretty recent. I'm just going to take that $340 figure. Yeah, and that's reverse holo, so that definitely does not apply. So yeah, $350 seems to be about the average on that card. Not too bad. Alright, so here's the CGC ones that, let's see what they're asking for it. So here's one that's an actual CGC 9, $280. Wow, $280 buy it now. Okay, and here's one for $320 or best offer. So definitely interesting there. So interesting compared to the last trend, right? So here's one for $340, CGC 9s. So we saw some PSA 9s selling for around that $340 price point, so, and $350. So, but they're definitely already asking less for the CGC ones. Here's what they sold for. Yeah, $250. $250 for the PSA or for the CGC 9. That's a bit lower than, okay, this one sold in a group, so I can't, and it's Canadian money. I'm just, All right, next sample. Okay, $225. Yep. Okay, and 190, 250. Well, and some shipping, so we'll round that up to 200, but still, wow. For CGC 9s, I guess because it's XY Evolution, so it's a newer card, 2016. It doesn't pack the same premium as that base set from 1999, it would look like. Okay, there's one for 232, so. Alright guys, it's time for the final showdown. Let's see how this data worked itself out. This will be fun. Alright, so first we've got the base set Charizard here. Good old classic from 1999, and as you can see, the PSA average asking price is $2 grand, and the CGC average asking price is $23.67. So the CGC average price is actually greater than PSA by 18%, $367 total dollars there. But when it comes to what the people actually got for the card, yeah, the PSA one definitely, okay, the average 2,100 versus CGC's 1,596. So that's a difference of $504, a 32% difference in favor of PSA. So next here is that XY Charizard. So that one you can see right away. Wow. Okay, so people, they knew that it was different for CGC. The asking price is actually lower by $33 on average at 9% lower asking price. And the actual results, wow, PSA 49% more money for the PSA version versus the CGC of the exact same grade of 9. That's pretty significant. I mean, that's you get almost double for the PSA on that particular card. Yeah, so then, okay, so then this last one here, our Pikachu VMAX, that one's okay. So a $67 average higher asking price in the market for the CGC. So that's what people are trying to get. But again, the sold price, that PSA, the PSA, man, the difference of 25 bucks, so 6%. So not terrible. Those are actually pretty even. Those are pretty even, which is interesting because I was going to say maybe it has something to do with the age of the card, you know, that Charizard versus the other one. But I guess it's just that actual card in the market. But anyway, here's the results. The smackdown, boom, on average, the 3 PSA cards sold for 29% more than CGC, which yeah, my hypothesis going into this based on what I had poked around in the market with before, I'd never actually compiled the data like this, but it looked to be about 20 to 25%. So this 29% is right in line kind of with what I was thinking. I mean, it's a little more than what I was thinking, a little more than I was hoping for. You know what I mean? But it makes sense. And of course, this is such a new market. It's such a new thing. This is definitely subject to change, but pretty interesting preliminary results there, but the market definitely speaks that PSA's stuff packs a bigger punch than CGC's at the current time, at least for Pokemon cards. And maybe in the future we'll do this for Magic cards, but there's just not as big of a sample size in comparison for CGC for Magic quite yet. But yeah, that's another potential one for the future. Anyway, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Again, it really, really helps the algorithm and the channel. I'd appreciate it a lot. And if you want to see more stuff like this, and especially collectibles-based content and box openings and all that kind of fun stuff, definitely subscribe to Collector's Impact and be one of the collectors who helps to make an impact out there. So thanks again for checking out the channel. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good day. See you next time.